So what happens if you are not satisfied with the current status? You want to enrich it somehow. So what are the tools that you can use and how do you get started?
Yeah, well, whatever you see right away, it is already quite good, but you might want to change the tone of the colors, you want to change the tone of the lights themselves. So if you would like to do that, I think let's just start with the materials. We started the materials also in ARCHLine, so let's just keep that order. Now, talking about materials, whatever you see in front of you, when you click on that surface, there is this panel in the center, and it is for editing materials. So whenever you click on a surface like this one or this one, it is telling you what is the name of that material and what sort of properties it has. And by default, as you can see, it already gets the same material type. So now it was a wall, so it is a wall in live. This was a floor surface, this will be a floor surface in live. So whatever you change here, it happens in an instant. You don't have to wait for rendering. It happens right away. So I think I will just select a different view and I will just focus on the floor as well. It's just over here. So for example, with the floor, I can find it quite okay, but perhaps it's just too much glossy or something like that. In that case, I just change I can either change the brightness as well, or just decrease the reflection and change the roughness a little bit. So if I increase it large enough and change the reflection and downgrade the reflection enough, I will get rid of that very shiny effect in the 3D. And again, it happened in an instant.
Obviously, you would be wanting to use the materials and the textures that you bring in from ARCHLine.
Yeah.
But what happens if you want to use something else? Because I understand that Live comes with a built-in library. So how do you use that?
Yeah, talking about that, what you just mentioned, actually there is a list of those materials in Navigator. Those materials came with the model, as you can see this panel here, or all the painting and the wall surfaces and everything else those are collected here and at this panel, so you can just click and drag and use them on the surfaces at any time. Let me just find something like for example this one. So if I just drag it, well, that's the same material. So let me just change it here. So it's just changing. So this is how you can easily reuse those materials on all the other surfaces. But Live itself has its built-in material library. Actually, it's not just materials, but now we will focus on the materials, which comes with, for example, flooring. Now we are here, so let me just check it and see how it looks like. And as you can see, it's quite detailed. It even has scratches on its surface with different color variations and different connections between the tiles and so on. So if I find something that I like, I think I will go with this one or with the other one, a little bit pale version of the same thing. So you can easily change it and check whether you like it, or you can just use another type of material. Talking about these, I think it would be nice to check this surface here with the metal. And well, it does not really look like a metal because I think it's just too much glossy, too much having some sort of glow effect. So I could either tweak it here, or I can just go to the metal library, and I could just use, for example, gold or any sort of material, and then it appears in a very different way. Now, talking about the metal surfaces, for example, if I would like to change all the handles as well, I could do that. But for that, perhaps I need to test a few types, and if I like that, I can also use them all of this on all of the surfaces. I will talk about that, how you can do that. But actually, you can just simply click and drag all those materials. Now, talking about all sort of wooden surfaces that we have here, there is also a built-in wood library, and let me just test this one. Well, it's not bad, but let me just go with this one.
Yeah, I think this one's better.
Yeah, I think it will be much better. But as you can see, this is only changing one specific surface of this material. But what happens if I would like to change it all over the item? There's this all instance mode switch, which allows me to do that. So now when I click and drag on a surface, it will detect and change all the same instances. So this switch allows you to either change only one version of it or all around in this project. Now this happens not just here, but also because I used it here, it appears over there. Yes. And also, let me just change this as well. I think I like this in a sort of metallic way. And they're not just those perfect chromic surfaces, but those are these here, which gives you a nice and glowy metal-like surface, but it's just not that perfect. So I think for this version it will be much better.
Can we just navigate to the lamp in the corner over there?
Yeah, you mean this one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I just changed this as well. So I just if you would like to zoom into something right away, just as you mentioned,
That's
you can
always good
just
to know.
select it and push F. That's for focus. So now it's focusing onto this model, and let me just revolve around this one.
So let's assume that I'm not, because it looks like this lamp is floating. It's not.
Kind
you see
of
that
looks
the
like, yeah.
thin lines. So you see that the surface, the material is there, but I'm not satisfied with how this glass surface looks like. How do I change it to
It's
something
too
else?
thin. So I will just use glass here, and let me just see an overview of that like that, and just use
What would match?
green tint. I think that's nice. Yeah, I'll keep that.
Yes.
So there are also glass surfaces as well. You can apply them also here to change it in a different way, like this one, for example. Well, I will just get, this is more office-like, so let me just remove that.
Let's talk about lights. So we already set up the lights in ARCHLine.
Yeah.
How are they represented in live, and how can you modify them?
Okay, so lights, talking about those, but before that, let me just quickly jump back to materials, because we will focus on this a little bit more, but I would like to change the surface of the ground, for example. So I just wanted to represent that you can do the exact same thing outside and inside. There's no difference. We also have water surfaces easily interchangeable with anything, so you can just do the same thing inside and outside.